Hey, everybody. Good to see you all tonight on this cold Tuesday night in Northeast Texas. Wow. The country has gotten a blanket of ice and snow almost from coast to coast, and Texas is no different. Northeast Texas is, we're surviving and, praying over the heating unit that it holds out for us. But it has been cold here. How are y'all doing in other parts of the country? I know we have friends all over the place. I hope y'all are staying warm and everybody is doing okay. It's been tough. It really has. Mandy, welcome in. Let me say hello to everybody. Let me know how you're doing. Tina, how are y'all doing there? Up north. Wow. And Pam, my goodness. I hope everybody's okay. It has been cold here, y'all. This thing moved in. Of course, it's been a big deal across the country. We had plenty of warning before it all happened. We stocked up our groceries, plenty of milk, all the things that we felt like we needed. And, hopefully this is not going to last for too long, but it's set in for us on, thanks. Thank you so much, Tina. On Friday at about 10:30, it started in about 9 or 10:30, and it kind of moved in slowly, and then overnight it just dumped. We didn't get snow, y'all. We got ice and sleet, and I haven't heard an exact count. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it. I'm hoping everybody is okay. Overnight we got. Well, I'll tell you, I tried to measure it, and I couldn't get the ruler to go all the way down into the ice. So we have kind of dug out a spot and measured it. I think we had, of course, the drifts were a lot higher, but I think y'all we had at least minimum 3 inches, and probably more than that. I need to look at our area to see if there's an official count, but Pam, it's 6 degrees. Mercy. Oh, wow. Are you okay? Oh gosh, just holding out. But we just have to hibernate, y'all. We just have to go into hibernation on this one. I know Susan in Tennessee got a good bit, and they're prepared for it a lot better than we are, of course, in Tennessee, because they get it a lot more often. Not as much as they did when I was little. It is so, Dean. I've been watching your posts. I've been kind of off the radar, y'all, here lately, and Dave, you've been posting some funny stuff. Greetings from the Floridian tundra. Well, Dave, color me skeptical, man. I will send you some pictures. I need to post some on Instagram. We are the frozen tundra here in Texas, I'll tell you. Because y'all, we didn't get snow. We got ice. We got ice and sleet the first night. Well, then okay, Friday. So Saturday morning we wake up and we've got pretty good. It wasn't quite enough to completely cover the ground, but a lot of snow and ice. So it was like you could just see, some leaves poking up. So we probably got at least an inch and a half that first night. Well, then on Saturday night, wow, it started sleeting, and it was so heavy that when it hit the windows, it sounded like sleet. Yeah, normal winter for you, right, Tina? Right. Gosh, yeah. So freezing in Florida. Oh, Mandy. Oh my goodness. Now what's the temperature in Florida? Dana, I knew that y'all it was kind of supposed to move in on y'all pretty quick. What's the temperature down there? Are we in the right state? Right. Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, Pam. Yeah. Well, and up north, Chicago. Well, Chicago's just always going to get it. Um, but yeah, good question, Mandy. Are y'all in the right state? Tina, seriously, you have 15 inches, 13 degrees. Ah, my goodness, yeah. Oh, take a foot of snow over half inch of ice. Well, then Tina got worse. So we have, I'd say we have probably 4.5 to 5 inches of ice. So on Friday night, William and Jillian's electricity, who are like a local cooperative, there at our house in Hugh Springs, and William and Jillian's electricity went out. And so they immediately threw in the car, gave us a call, said, can we come stay with you guys? We said, sure, no problem. They threw everything in the car, jerked the kids out of bed. And just drove in, and thankfully we're able to make it safely before it really got bad on Friday night. But well, it was ice and sleet, but then the sleet froze into ice. So we had, I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it like this, because Tina, a lot of times we'll get ice and sleet, but then we'll get some snow like over the top of it or whatever, which is, just as hazardous. There was no snow. We did not get snow. We just got ice. So, and then the sleet that was coming down just froze solid. I mean, it was something. William and Jillian got here with the boys, and we've just kind of been hibernating. So, hey, Timothy, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah. It is, gosh, it's been so cold. Oh gosh, Mandy, for ice cream. Oh my goodness. Anyway, it's really been something else. We and the thing is, we got above freezing for a little while today, but it wasn't nearly long enough because the ice is so thick. Like when we went, to take garbage outside, William didn't even sink down at all into the ice, and I didn't, but he's heavier than I am, so he didn't even sink down at all. He just like walked on top of the ice like elves, like elves walk on top of the snow. Anyway, and we're still nowhere near thawed out. Now it's supposed to get down about 11 o'clock. It's supposed to drop below freezing again. So anything that melted is going to freeze again. So yeah, I miss the snow cream. Yeah, I know. I miss the snow penguins. That's expecting them to show up anytime, at the front door. Anyway, it's been interesting, and thankfully, our heat has held out, and we've loved having William and Jillian here. Hey, Nicole, welcome in. Having them here, for a few days, and so and he may come in. He may be in here in a little bit. I drove back to the house tonight to turn it on, make sure everything was on, the heat, the water, and check on. We're talking about the weather right now, but yes, we are talking about travel in just a few minutes. But so they went back to Houston. We left the boys with us, went back to Hugh Springs tonight to make sure that everything's on at the house, and they made it safely. And so he may be in just a few minutes, but it is great to see everybody. Welcome in, and Timothy, it is nice to see you. Seriously, we're talking a little bit about travel tonight and what to do on your travel day. And I decided to do this because I've gotten a good many questions. It seems like over the last few weeks, I've had a lot of friends. Oh, Nicole, you are in the right place. You are in the right place. Oh my goodness. Good for you. Good for you. Although it's kind of cold down there. Dean, what's the temperature, buddy? What's the temperature? But yes, we are talking about what to do on your travel day. I've gotten several questions about that. People who don't go to Disney very often, and or maybe have been in the past, but they're not familiar with the offerings right now. So I thought I'd talk just a little bit about that tonight. And we've got a good bit of Disney news too that we're gonna cover. So let me make sure that that I have my notes pulled up and we're ready to go with that. But welcome in, everybody. It's nice to see you. Susan and Joy, I know that you're there, so welcome to y'all. And let's see. All right, exactly. Oh my goodness. And Pam says her sister is leaving for Florida on Thursday. Leaves on the 4th. Okay, neither one going to Disney, but they're headed for Florida. They may be surprised by some winter weather, Pam. So we'll say, hey, William. There's William coming in. Hey, Mr. Juma, welcome in. Thanks for being here. We always appreciate you. It's so good to see you. Yeah. So I was just talking about the weather, hon.
Yeah, I heard you. I had tuned in. I was watching my phone a little bit, trying to write down names before I hopped in, so I didn't have to do that when I hopped on. So
Gotcha.
Welcome in, Mr. Numa.
Yeah, it's always good to see you. I first of all, I need to issue something of an apology. I think and y'all, I don't know. Those of you who, especially my ghost host moderators, I have been off the radar for a little while. And that's just, because of some things that are going on. And Dana, especially need to connect with you and will soon. But I hate that I've kind of been off the radar. I haven't been in as many chats lately, and I miss it. Just things going on. Nothing awful. Everybody is pretty much okay. But just life. Just life happening, and maybe a little bit of burnout in with that. But kind of, get January here and kind of get back on the horse and, have that New Year start again. Get a new start for the New Year. So I'm working on that. I'm working on getting my energy back up. But it had just some things that have been, so that's why you haven't been seeing me in as many chats. You're right, Tina. Thank you so much. Yeah. Everybody has a life. Yeah. So, and they kind of, it's ups and downs, Tina. And sometimes we have things going on, that we just have to take care of, and we're not able to, to be on YouTube as much. I really miss it when I'm not. But William, y'all made it back to the house okay? And cool. I like a poster. You kind of got your office set up a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting closer to how I want it. Still not all the way there, but definitely getting closer. The really nice part is, after, again, none of y'all are here, thankfully, to see the clutter in here. But previously, my desk, so I have an L-shaped desk, so here's one side here, and it goes this way. And so anyway, that was like right in the door. Like you walked in, boom, there's my desk. And then there's a bunch of stuff on the other side of it. Well, I've worked really hard and cleaned some stuff out. And so now it's all the way up, it's moved. I moved it across the room into the corner where I wanted it the whole time. Jillian has a really nice little nook over here. I'm tempted. Let me see. Show you Jillian's nook because it's very nice. Jillian has a nice little nook over here. Check that out.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
So there's a Harry Potter Squincy over there. Pop. Yeah. A scar, popcorn bucket, various travel agent stuff. There's Ed, the sipper. And so anyway, so she also has a nice little setup over there. we plan to put like pins on the wall, stuff like that, but we'll get there. But anyway, we're much closer to where we want to be. So it's exciting. We've been working on this for a while now, and it's nice to be much closer to how we want it in here versus how it was when I started. So very very thankful for that. Still got some work ahead to do, but it's
Hey, Rob.
can breathe a little easier. Now that have some room.
Nice to see Rob Fuzz in the house, guys. And if you are not familiar with Rob Fuzz's channel, let me give him a shout out right now if somebody wants to. Yeah, thanks for doing that. We appreciate that so much, Rob.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
Rob has an amazing channel, y'all, and such growth. Congratulations. I follow you, Rob, of course, and just keep my eye on your channel a lot. And Rob really has such a unique channel in our YouTube community. If you're looking for videos from vintage Disney days, oh my gracious, Rob, I absolutely love your channel. I have gone, I'll think of an older ride and I'll think, oh, I bet Rob's got it. And I go to your channel
like
and
the Mickey Mania Parade or something. That's one that I looked up.
Yes, I mean it's absolutely fantastic. Y'all have to check it out. Tons of subscribers, and I can see why. But we really appreciate what you do, Rob. And I know you get, I know you have a lot of fans and hear that a lot. But it really does, especially those of us who've been Disney fans for a while. We really appreciate what you do, and all of those great old Disney can reach back into the the days gone by, into that past that Walt Disney loved so much, and and take a look. It's really fantastic. So no problem. I know you do. I know it is a lot of work, Rob. It is. I know it is, but it's just so great and such a blessing to all of us. My grandson, William, can show his boys, Mickey Mania or Spectral Magic.
And there's some really cool stuff out there. Just attractions that are lost to time now. And so yes. I just
happy birthday.
Notice that. Yeah, happy birthday to you, Rob. But
happy birthday.
Yeah, there's a lot of peace of mind. Wyatt, we've watched some of Rob's stuff, but also too, Wyatt's taken up. He really likes to watch Paging Mr. Morrow lately, and so it's nice. It's nice when you could put something on and you have peace of mind. I have to. It's tough, with certain things. You don't want them to hear something or be exposed to something that you don't want to be
family friendly.
Yeah, it's very nice to be able to turn something on, and at that point, all I have to do is worry about the YouTube ads that come up. So
right.
It's nice to know that the content that I turn on is family friendly, and I don't have to watch it like a hawk, because Jillian and I do a very good job of checking out parents' guides for stuff, and just trying to protect our boys.
And there are a lot of there are family friendly live streams out there, y'all. Check out theliveplace.com if you're looking for family friendly live streams, because that's all Dean lists there. Rob Fuzz is on there, I'm sure. But it's all family friendly. Everything that's listed, it's like a TV guide listing for, and we talk about it every week and give them a little plug, because it's a really great site. And he even has a search engine where you can type in different topics. It's not just Disney related. You can type in any topic and pull up the people that Dean has listed. So we always like to, to give him a plug.
Rob Buzz is indeed listed on the live place.
Yes. Oh, no, isn't he? He is the
Mhm.
best, right? What you see is
Yeah,
what
how
you get,
cool.
right?
That's
It's
cool.
I mean, it's when you meet him in person, he is, and yeah, absolutely. We love Dean and him. His maintenance of that site is just really amazing. I probably need to get with him and update our listing. Although he has Hitchhiker Chat, and nothing really has changed in 6 years. So
Right. Yeah,
uh,
it's funny.
yeah.
I went to the page and there on the homepage it's flashing says live now. Hitchhiking boats. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Yay. Nice. Yeah. Very nice. So yeah, we definitely Dean is great. Yeah, he really is. But anyway, again, I've just got some questions here lately about um, what to do on your travel day, your Disney travel day, and just had a couple things I wanted to run through with you on that quickly, and then we'll talk about some Disney news, and that's going to wrap it up. But just some questions. And I thought, we've done this before. We have talked about this different times, but I thought I'd go through it just quickly. Some things that we enjoy doing and some suggestions for what to do on your travel day. So let's see. Is there anything else that we need to get through? I did want to talk just a little bit, guys, about something that I have run across several times, and raise your hand in the chat if you've heard about the 3-2-1 rule.
I think I have. Now I couldn't have told you which ones, specifically which, what paired with the 3, the 2, and the 1, but I have heard of it.
All right. Well, this is the experts. According to the experts who have all put their heads together and come up with this great piece of wisdom, it is something to think about. William, the 3-2-1 rule for Disney is a simple planning strategy for Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and it helps you manage park days without feeling overwhelmed by focusing on key goals. So we always, advise people to, don't think that you're going to get everything done. Make a list of a few, the must-do rides, 2 or 3 must-do rides, a must-do snack, must-do show. Make a list of those to be sure that you hit those, and then the rest is magic. The rest is ad lib, if you will. But the 3-2-1 rule specifically says that it's kind of in this vein. 3 must-do rides, 2 special experiences like shows, parades, or character meet and greets, and 1 dining option like a reservation or a favorite snack. So obviously, you have to do your homework, which is what you're doing tonight by showing up for Hitchhiker Chat. So 3-2-1, 3 must-do rides, 2 special experiences, and 1 dining option, making the rest of the day bonus fun and a little more spontaneous. And this is according to sources like Reader's Digest and WDW Prep School. But this method is to help families prioritize. It reduces the stress of your day and ensure that you get to hit the highlights. And you're still, leaving some room for spontaneity. So I do too, right, Rob? I like it. I thought that was, I think that's pretty good advice. If you can do that, if you can hit those must do's, then you don't leave the park and think, oh man, we really want to do this and we didn't do it. So you have to prioritize, because William, as many times as we've been, and we're blessed to say we've been so many times we've lost count.
Yeah.
There's still things that we go in, and at the end of the day we say, you know what, we forgot to do X.
Yeah.
So it's, what do you think about that? I think that I like it too, Rob. I really do. Rob, that's where I try to crunch it all in.
Right.
Okay, well, I was thinking the same thing, Rob, for us, but you know, for normal people, the 3, 2, 1 is probably
It's funny.
maybe closer to the mark. Oh gosh, that is funny. That's kind of what I was thinking. Oh, hey, Jason, welcome in. Welcome in. Maybe more if you can. Right, right, Rob. So we're kind of rope dropped to kiss goodnight, people. Even with our annual passes, and so we go, bouncing in at 6 a.m. and we crawl out on all fours at midnight. Oh my goodness, that's pretty much how we do it. But anyway, I thought that was a good suggestion.
Yeah, I think I think it helps to set expectations. Because if you go into it thinking that you're going to get to everything, it's.
Yeah,
I mean, specifically, the parks are designed for you to be able to not get to every single thing. Because
that's true.
if you can
They
get it
want
all
you to come
done,
back.
yeah, and they want you to have a little bit of, oh man, I wish I'd gotten to this, or I forgot to do that.
Right,
I'll have to do
right.
that on my next trip.
Oh,
So,
hey, Alex,
um,
welcome in.
and so anyway, they want to, they want you to, they want you to have plenty of reasons to come back.
Right? Who are we kidding, Rob? Certainly not each other, obviously.
Yeah.
25 and 0. Um, it's for and other piece to that, Rob, is going in with kids. Like William and Jillian. When we go in, it's who are we kidding? It's 25 and 1 or 2. But when y'all go in with your kids, William, it's 100% different.
I mean,
It has to be.
we still cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, yeah.
I come by it honestly on pushing the pace. Because dad always kept us moving.
Yeah.
In
So
the parks.
tell him your nickname for Dad, because my husband is very money conscious, and
Yeah,
he's a get her done guy.
we want to make
So
sure to get all the bang for our buck. And so anyway, I started calling Dad GI Jeff because he pushes so hard. No stopping to smell the roses. We got to move on to the next thing.
yeah, eating and drinking and going to the bathroom is purely optional, by the way.
And so anyway, but no, I mean, Jillian and the boys and myself still cover pretty good amount of ground. But I one thing, with the 3-2-1 rule, if you do the lightning lanes, you get 3. You're guaranteed the 3. So
Right, right. At
yeah,
least that much.
you should be able to do more. I mean, unless it's just incredibly crowded or at capacity or something like that, you should
Right.
definitely be able to do other things after your 3.
Oh yeah.
But
Well,
as far as rides go,
the rest of that story, y'all, is, I think you must have told your best friend Clay about calling Dad GI Jeff in the parks. So tell me if I'm getting the story straight. So then, when they went in with you and kind of were expecting you to be the map because you had been a lot more than they had and what have you, he started calling you GI John.
yeah.
Am I right? Which I thought was really hilarious. So
Yeah.
don't let him fool you, guys. I see those things, and I know we've got to move on.
And I will say, since we have annual passes, now we are more apt to when we take the boys the last couple of times, we've stayed on the Skyliner route, and so we've taken the Skyliner back to the room, let them rest, and then gone back in. But
Right. Yeah. You kind of, I'll tell you what the first kid that I took in other than you and Adam, and since you're our sons, G.I. Jeff was in charge and y'all just had to tough it.
online,
When I went in with Kylie, my granddaughter, when I took Kylie for the first time, she was 8. She was 8. She was a great age to go in. But I was running her to death, y'all. I mean, she got tired, with Mimi here. If that, gives you a clue. But I did. I had to slow down some with her. I realized, she had to eat. She had to go to the bathroom. And on our Epcot day, for the first time ever, y'all, we actually got on the Skyliner and went back to Pop Century for a nap. Now this is a major development for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Take it.
Yeah. So I really envy people, because some people have little ones that'll sleep, that will sleep
Yes. And
in the stroller,
right.
and my boys will not nap in the stroller. They
Yeah, I wish they would.
yeah, they will not nap. They'll fall asleep at the end of the night in the stroller. And then that's the difficulty of, it's a side-by-side stroller. And so
Right.
you have to get them off to get them on transportation. And so then you got to lug them up and try to fold the stroller. And yeah. And so,
Right.
anyway, I do envy people that have kids that'll actually nap in their stroller.
Yeah. Yeah. Alex, welcome in to you and your family. G.I. John, there you go. I'm way behind in chat, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, Disney Travel Days suntan lotion. Yes. I would advise it. Okay, let's move on, y'all. I know
we gotta move.
digress. Let's move on with this. And let me go ahead and bring up the slideshow. I've got a little slideshow to go with it. But so preparation for all of that. Now, all of these things in this section, planning. Okay, this is planning. And all of this should be done before your departure day. Okay, because Disney, the days really, guys, of walking up, to the turnstile and buying a ticket are gone. That is really, I guess you could still do it, but you're going to be so far behind the curve that you're going to get lost in the shuffle. So, really, my first tip is use a travel agent. As you know, and I'm just going to give Jillian a plug here. My daughter-in-law is a travel agent for Mickey Travels. Her contact information is in the description of this video. But she's very good at what she does, and she loves what she does. But I do recommend using a travel agent. It will take so much of the headache out of planning your trip, choosing the resort, advanced dining reservations, lightning lanes, so many things that she can do to help you stay within your budget, to get an idea, what the heck is a lightning lane? What is advanced dining reservation? When can I, how far out from my booking can I do all that? So all of those things need to be done before your travel day. If you have questions, reach out to us or contact Jillian. Again, her information is in the description of the video. And we do have a couple of different videos, y'all, on our channel, and you can do a search for those on packing for Disney. Suitcase, what to take as you travel, and your all-important Disney park bag. What to put in that Disney park bag. So we have videos on all that. But I did want to say there is a lot of planning that goes into it anymore, because it's gotten a lot more complicated than it was, William, that first year, that we took you. I think you were 3 years old when we went the first time. And so it just takes a little more preparation, guys. And of course, any Disney trip for us would not be complete without a trip to Buc-ee's. So there is pre-trip, when we hit the road, we're ready for some vacation, and it starts before we get to the airport. So, eat, bathroom, what?
Yeah.
I know I'm really far behind in the chat. I'm so sorry.
Welcome in, Jonathan.
I am good, Robert. Thanks so much. Kamikaze mode. There you go. A few people would agree with my fact. Oh, okay. Well, Alex, you may have, Alex is a former cast member. So, hey, Jonathan, welcome in. So Alex, you may have some things on your packing list that we wouldn't have thought of. But at any rate, so schedule. Okay, first of all, now this is, and William and I guess we've always done this. Schedule your flights on your departure day for Walt Disney World. Schedule your flights as early as possible. Yeah, if you're not an early riser, this may be kind of hard to do. But what that does is it allows you to get, if you can get into Orlando before 12 or shortly thereafter, then you have a lot of time there to enjoy other things. And that's what we're going to talk about. Talk about here is, so you don't cheat yourself out of, you're going to have 2 travel days. So you don't cheat yourself out of 2 of your travel days. You have things that you can do on your travel days as well. A lot of times people will get to their resort late and then leave early as they're coming home, and you're actually cheating yourself out of a couple of vacation days there. I think so. At any rate, what comes to mind, William? What do you and Jillian enjoy doing on your travel day?
So something that we enjoyed this past year on our trip in May that we've never done before was we visited Typhoon Lagoon because it was complimentary for us to stay. Since we were staying on property, we stayed at Caribbean Beach Resort in 2025. In 2025, that was a perk of staying on property. It was free admission on your travel day to, depending on the time of year that you went, Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. And so we
get a free water park.
Yeah. And so they're doing that again. Sorry. They're doing that again in 2026. If you are staying at a Disney resort, and you can go look at the list. I won't name them all off because it's a pretty long list here, but pretty much if you're staying, on Disney property, it's Bay Lake Tower at the Contemporary. I guess I will name them off. Boulder Ridge Villas at Fort Wilderness Lodge, the Cabins at Disney Fort Wilderness Resort. Let's see, Copper Creek Villas and Cabins at Disney Wilderness Lodge. All-Star Movies, All-Star Music, All-Star Sports. Animal Kingdom Lodge and the Animal Kingdom Villas, Jumbo House and Kanati Village, Art of Animation Resort, Beach Club Resort, Beach Club Villas, Boardwalk Inn, Boardwalk Villas, Caribbean Beach Resort, Contemporary Resort, Coronado Springs, Grand Floridian, Old Key West, Polynesian Village Resort, Polynesian Villas and Bungalows, Pop Century, Port Orleans, French Quarter and Riverside, Saratoga Springs, Disney Wilderness Lodge, Yacht Club, Riviera Resort, or the villas at Disney's Grand Floridian. If you're staying at any of those between May 26th and September 8th, 2026. 2026. So May 8th to the September, or sorry, I'm all messed up here. May 26th to September 8th. So if that this year, if you're staying at any of those resorts and just rattled off there, you get to enjoy water park admission on your check-in day. So they carried that over to this year, except there's a
Mark. Good to see you, Mark.
Welcome in. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. We really enjoyed it. We did not stay very long, honestly. I think we were there for probably from like we got there. I guess we rope dropped it. So we got there early, and then we're probably out of there by like 4 or so.
Right. So good. Cool time there.
But yeah, we had a good time. Enjoyed ourselves and everything. It's the first time we'd ever done it. There's a lot we didn't get to because the boys kind of found what they liked doing, and we just kept doing that.
Right. Yeah. And that's just fun.
Yeah. So big fans of the lazy river. Just kind of rode that around quite a bit.
Well, and that's the problem. Jeff and I always save that for last because we know if we ever make it to the lazy river, that's it. We're done with everything else. We don't come off. So, but yeah, that is a great. I love that. I don't know whose idea that was, in the Disney organization, but I love that they do that, and I know that y'all really enjoyed doing it. So they're offering some pretty good, pretty good perks there. It's good to see you, Mark. Teach them lane
swimming. We had a great time.
Excellent. There's also let's see. I've got. Well, let me get back to my back on track here because we've chased some rabbits, but. We love to. The other thing, William, that I didn't put on the list, and it just occurred to me, is golf. There are the mini golf courses.
Yep, and that's something that we're hoping to get to on our next trip.
And we've never done that before.
Yeah.
So, but when you get there, you're always anxious to jump in and get into the Disney bubble as quickly as you can. And there are a lot of options because you're probably not going to want to burn a park ticket for a partial day.
Yeah.
So there are so many things that you could do, especially at Walt Disney World, because it's so big that there's still time. There's still a ton to do. There really is. There's still a ton to do. So obviously, one of the first things that comes to mind is Disney Springs. Disney Springs is a great option for your park day. This is probably most people's number one go-to thing to do. And there is a lot to do at Disney Springs. Now, there's an AMC movie theater down there. That first, let me back up just a second here. That little intro screen there, you can see the aerofoil in the background, which is the balloon that goes up and down and gives you that great, huge bird's eye view of Disney Springs. That is an option. There's a lot to do down there. And then the movie theater. I went to the movie theater at Disney Springs for the first time in December. And I just really loved Zootopia 2. Yes, I'm still working on that video. Guys, I was hoping to have that out this past weekend, but I'm still working on that video for Zootopia 2 and also Better Together, which is the new show at Animal Kingdom. But so this is an option. Oh, Alex, we remember Pleasure Island too. Yeah, it was And the connection to the Adventurers Club there was pretty cool. That was a neat one. But there's a ton to do, y'all, at Disney Springs. You can shop. There is tons there's tons of shopping. World of Disney, especially if you park in the Lime Barrage, which I'm kind of partial to the Lime Barrage because it puts you down the escalator and Polite Pig is on the right, and then you're just, really, really close to World of Disney. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of partial to the
People in
Lime
the
Barrage.
chat, looks like we got about 12 people here. Oh, let us know if there's a favorite place you like to eat at Disney Springs. Jillian and I really enjoy Polite Pig, but I'm always interested to hear, what other people like to eat. So, let us know if there's, anywhere else you like to eat there at Disney Springs.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is Jeff and me at the boathouse a few years ago, and this trip was actually the one and only trip that we really have ever taken where we decided not to buy park tickets. Oh my goodness, I know that sounds crazy to you, but we actually did not buy park tickets. And we did so many other things while we were there. We met up with friends. We did a monorail hop. We did a Skyliner hop one day and enjoyed a lot of the resorts. We went down to Disney Springs, and it was just that there's tons to do, y'all. And all of this is available on your travel day. So, right, Jonathan? Do you remember Pleasure Island? Yeah. Polite Pig is fantastic. Did anybody put in the chat what do you guys like at Disney Springs?
Big fan of the bubble waffles there next to World of Disney also.
And y'all did. I have done Chef Art Smith's Homecoming, and you've done Chef Art Smith's Homecoming.
I've never done Chef Homecoming. I'd like to.
I thought you had.
No, never have.
I thought you had. Yeah. There's I have a review, y'all, on the channel. One of my review. I did dinner at Chef Art Smith's, and then went over to Gideon's Bakehouse for dessert. Got some.
And I've never done Gideon's. Y'all.
It's like a perfect combination.
Yeah, I have tried Gideon's, but I've never actually been into Gideon's. Y'all had some cookies left, some cookies you brought back to the room, and there's very, very good. Yeah. It's just fantastic, it really is. So there's eating. You can make a dining reservation, ahead of time if you want to, go down there and just be sure you don't not have to sweat it, or if you're feeling lucky. You can just bust on up in there and, walk. Well, the night that I went to Homecoming, actually, it was a walk up. I did not have a dining reservation. I just walked up and was able to go. You never know. Depends on the time, how busy they are. So if you want to lock it in, and you really want to eat somewhere down there, it's probably a good idea to go with the dining reservation. But always don't just assume that a place is full. Always, walk up and check and see if they might be able to accommodate you. So, and there are also y'all are also concerts. Oh, there's some good concerts down there. Our Dream attends a lot of those.
Yeah.
Jeff and Angela and family.
MD80s, there are tons of live entertainers, really good musical groups down there, and it's really neat. This is at the little theater there that's just out in front of World of Disney, and they have the MD80s. They have all kinds of really good groups there. So that's another, if you're lucky. You can see Eddie Maserati down there. He's just kind of a local. He hangs out down there, and if you see him, you'll know it.
Yeah, there's no missing him. No missing him.
He's a cross between Elvis and Elton John. So, and he's really cool. He's a lot of fun. Just so much to do, really, at Disney Springs. Not to mention, go to World of Color. World of Disney is enormous. It's actually enormous. And what that does is you can scope it out, buy something if there's something you have to have, scope it out, and then you'll know what's at Disney Springs, and then kind of narrow it down, to, unless you have an unlimited budget, which we don't, you can kind of narrow it down on your trip and decide, those things that you just have to have when you board the plane. So World of Disney is really amazing. Cast members are always there, to help you. Is there anything else that y'all do at World of Disney, William? Tons of places to eat. There are food trucks. A lot of amazing restaurants.
I always like to go to the little Star Wars store that's there, and also the pin trading store as well. Those are two. It has been a long time since I've been in a Once Upon a Toy, but I historically liked that too. But it has been a long time since I've been in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's so many really cool shops down there, and a lot of times they'll have they have the Christmas tree stroll at Christmas time, when they have Christmas trees all over Disney Springs, and you do the stroll, and you find each tree and put the little sticker on your book, and then you take it back and you get like a nice big button, or some kind of reward for doing that. There's some fun stuff to do down there. Goofy's Candy Company, excellent. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Goofy's. Y'all, I went to Disney forever and didn't know about Goofy's candy. I mean, I saw it, but I never bought any of it. Yeah. And I'll tell you, Chris of Dad Builds got me hooked on the sour balls. And it's all his fault. And then they quit making the sour balls. They don't make the sour balls anymore. So it's really bad. It's really bad. Disney, please bring back the sour balls.
Alex, Charlie through Alex says, Charlie wants to know if anyone has seen the lawnmower tree at Fort Wilderness. I don't think I have. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that, sweets is my favorite thing. If you're talking to me, Tina, sweets, that's my the cherry sour balls, the Arjohn's. Okay. Well, I totally blame Chris, and I haven't been able to find them, Rob. I haven't been able to find them the last few times I've been, and so I'm like in sour ball, withdrawal. So, anyway, so Disney Springs, always kind of the first thing that comes to mind when you think about things to do on your travel day. Staying on property. This is one of my favorite. The Art of Animation lobby is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Definitely hard to find. Now, can you still find them, Rob? I haven't been able to find them. The last couple of trips I have not been able to find the sour balls. So, at any rate, so, when you go, to Disney Springs is perfect and can take up, until you go to bed. You can stay, fill that whole rest of your day in Disney Springs. But you can also, especially if you're staying on property. Now, William, you have stayed on property more than I have, so you probably have some things to say about this list. Do you want to cover this list?
Well, sure. Checking out, obviously, trying to get everything from your car to your room, staying on property. Uh, I
Right.
do have to say one thing that, which, I guess I lucked out when I showed up to Art of Animation on this previous trip. I happened to find a stray luggage cart, and I was very excited about it because you know I've I've always just lugged our stuff to the room.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
you know, so and that's at the All Stars, at Pop Century, at Caribbean Beach. It's I don't think there are luggage carts out in those further out sections, like Aruba,
Right.
and
Oh,
so I'm used to just lugging everything to the room. Um,
well, I didn't see any. I didn't see any at Pop Century either.
yeah, and
Just
so I was very excited to get a luggage cart. I just happened upon it, and got it, and made use of it, and then returned it to the luggage service there at the front of the resort. Um,
and just looking at the lobby here, I noticed that Jeff is in this picture. Actually,
yeah.
I just
Uh-huh.
noticed that's in the
So
picture.
the other thing too is apparently there's a list and you have to sign the list. And so I guess I probably helped bail somebody out there that didn't return theirs. Because it
Okay.
was just,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I wouldn't have taken it, but it was just sitting there completely unattended in a random spot.
Right.
It's not like it was
Probably
outside of somebody's
accident.
room. So,
Right.
so I used it, and I was very excited. I wish I would have gotten it on checkout day. Now, if you want it on
Mhm.
checkout day, you need to go sooner rather than later, and potentially put your name on the list to make sure you get one. Um,
Mm.
because
I see. Oh, okay.
there
So
was
you
a
have to put your
line.
name on the
Yeah,
list.
there was a line, and
Gotcha.
so I didn't want to
Right.
wait, and so I just loaded everything up and packed mule to and from the car.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so,
Now
um,
this the check-in process here, William.
and
Now
you
you
can
can
check in on the app as well.
right.
Uh,
You
there's sometimes
go to
there's
the desk.
magical extras. Which at Disneyland we got some pins when it was the 100th anniversary of Disney. We got some pins. We got a little lanyard thing, so that was nice.
So that's if you check in at the desk.
Yes,
So
and then also
there
too,
are advantages to that.
yeah, and there are certain caveats. So on this past trip, we were hoping, Jillian had asked about the magical extras, but since we booked with an AP discount, they said we don't get them. So, um,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and so I think maybe this next time when we go, since we're doing the dining plan, I think we might, even though we are still using the AP discount, we might get them this next time. I'm not sure,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
anyway, oh, Alex, yeah, thanks for the heads up. Let us know when you get back, and we'll open a pack of work on it. But anyway, yeah, it's a bit of a process to get your stuff to and from the car. But
Mhm.
obviously, I love to check out the gift shops there at the resort. And also too, usually when we get there, we typically end up eating something there at one of the food courts at the resort. So um, you can hang just kind of hang out. If you just want to stretch your legs and everything, you can go to the pool. They have an arcade there. Which
Sure.
does cost money. That there's activities. Always keep an eye out for activities. There's crafts like tie-dye T-shirts, and I think
Mhm.
Jillian said there's something about like bowling pins or something like that at Pop Century. So
Uh-huh.
we'll check that out on our next trip. But scavenger hunts. You can go around and look for different characters and then report back. And I don't know if they give you a button or a sticker or what, but different
Mhm.
resorts have that. Also, too, keep an eye on the news at the Disney news because sometimes you'll see like Cool Kids Summer. They're going to have characters
Right.
making appearances more frequently at some of the resorts that they don't typically show up to as much. So, uh, keep an eye out on stuff like that. Check the activities. Sometimes there's like
Mm-hmm.
movies. They're on a big inflatable screen, or
Right. Right.
oh
Campfire.
yeah, s'mores, campfire.
Campfire
So
stores.
anyway, uh,
Yeah, some good stuff
you
there.
could you
Full
could
time.
you know um, you could book a dining reservation. If you want to eat somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
At one of the other resorts or something like that. So keep an eye on that. Uh, Mom says we used to, we because we typically don't stay on property since we own it a timeshare. So you can check out Orlando or some other things to kind of do in the area. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
when we stay off property, we usually grocery shop, or more recently, what you've been doing is going online and ordering
Right.
and having it brought to us there at the
Right.
resort. So that's been really handy. It's one less thing you have to do, and somebody else.
Right.
You're on vacation. You want to maximize your fun, maximize your fun and free time. So um, that's really smart to do the grocery pickup uh, in order to help save time. Also,
Yeah.
too, you could go hop on the monorail. We've done that before. On non-park days, and not necessarily just restricted to travel days, but and also Skyliner as well. Um, but always take a nap, or after you unpack, try to turn it in a little bit early, and try to rest up for that first 4 park day on your trip. Other things too, if you've got an annual pass, which thankfully I've got mine. It runs through May, towards the end of May. But the annual pass, if you got one of those, you could hit the ground running and go straight into a park, which we did on this past trip. Wyatt and I, it was our first day of the trip, so our travel day to Disney. Um, we It was the last day that they were distributing the magnets, so we got the Timon. Who was it? It was Timon. Uh, I guess it's really Timon and Pumbaa. Timon and Pumbaa, and then two other ones who's are not coming to me right this second.
Let's see, it was Timon and Pumbaa. Let's see, it was
Stitch and Hey Hey,
uh,
maybe.
Hey, and Stitch.
Yeah, I
Or
think
Hey,
so.
let's see.
Uh,
I think that's right. Hey, and Stitch. Yeah. So there were several. There were several,
oh,
and I was able
yeah.
to get those too. I was really excited to be able to get those. So yeah, so going into a part now, and this is kind of what um, I have done, y'all. And after I got, uh oh, hang on here. Um, oh, what are we doing? Oh, hang on, guys. Okay. Oh, hang on just a second. Okay, there we go. There we go. I got goofed up. Um, what I do, and this is hit the ground running stuff. If you got that annual pass, I call ahead to my resort and tell them that I will be checking in late, like really late. And I drive straight from the airport to the park and just go straight into the parks. Now, in order to do that, I recommend that uh, for your park bag, go ahead and pack your park bag, whatever backpack or whatever you're going to take in. Put everything in it, and either use it as a travel, use it as a travel or a carry-on for the flight, or stick it into your carry-on or into your suitcase where you can get it. Oh, oh, I think William got a call or something. He's um, yeah, really don't. Let's just yeah. Stitch has to butt into everything. I know, right, Mark? He really does, and he's going to be butting in a lot more in the future, from what I hear. But anyway, put your park bag somewhere it's easily accessible, and then you could pull it out, go straight into your. I usually rent a car because we stay off property, but regardless, I can pull that out, go straight into the park, and everything is handy. I started doing that several years ago, actually, Jeff. We were taking a family trip, and I think it might have been Williams' junior year of high school, and we were taking a family trip. We rented the car, and Jeff said, "Hey, why don't I just go ahead and drop you guys off at the park, and I'll go, go onto the resort, check in, maybe go get some groceries. Y'all can call me when you're ready to come out." So sweet of him to do that, and so that's what we did. That is what we did. So so that is an option, and I love that. You just jump right in. Just jump right in, right straight into magic. So those are kind of some, let's see, hang on just a second here. Those are kind of some pieces, some things that we do on our travel day. And I've shared those, especially going straight from the airport into the park. I have friends who never thought of doing it that way, and they just love to do it. So I have gone and drag it into my resort and checked in at like midnight, 1:00 when the MK closes at officially at 11. Then you have that extra hour to shop and what have you. So I didn't make it to my resort until like 1:00. Now the good thing about that is there's no line to check in. So, that's a good, that's a good deal. You guys let me know if because I think my earbuds are going out. Can you still hear me okay? Can you still hear me okay? Let me know. Let me know if my sound is still okay. At any rate, we're swapping over to Disney News now, but I hope that that you some of those things are helpful to you. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, I know I'm using my earbuds to kind of take out some of the extra noise around me, and I think they're about to die tonight, so they may swap over to the laptop speaker. Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it. Checking at us 11 p.m. is easy. Right? There is no line, so it really works. It's kind of a win-win there, Tina. But I love to do that. I absolutely love to do that. Moving on, guys, to the Disney News. I did want to let you know again, and I'll try to think to put a link. If one of my Ghost Host moderators would remind me in the chat to put a link to the videos that we have done and Hitchhiker chats that we have done talking about packing and what to put in your park bag and that kind of thing. I will do that so that you'll have that as a reference. But at any rate, several, just some Disney news. There's always a ton, guys. There's always a ton of Disney news. And Garden Rock's concert series lineup has been announced for Flower and Garden. This lineup, guys, it looks good. There's going to be some good stuff on here. You can look over this and see who's going to be playing when you're there, and see what you might who you might be able to see. But it's a good, really good lineup for Garden Rock. So you can take a look at that and take a print screen if you need to, or you can find it. You can find it also at some of the parks' Facebook page or Instagram or whatever. So it's a good lineup, and it always is. And they have some some newer people in this, and we'll probably go over that in a little bit more detail later. But there is that, which is exciting. We have that already. Just I didn't go over it. ABBA, the music, well, the music of ABBA. Let's see, I'm noticing Herman's Hermits. Oh my goodness, March 27th and 28th. How much fun is that? Chubby Checker, April 3rd and 4th. You've got Rick Springfield again. Wow. April 12th and 13th. Jeff and I were there with some friends for Rick Springfield last year and absolutely loved it. He does a phenomenal show. He loves to come to Disney Springs, and we really enjoyed him. The Commodores are going to be there the 19th and 20th. Air Supply would absolutely dearly love to be there for Air Supply, April 26th and 27th. Let's see, who else do we see? 98 Degrees, the 10th and 11th. So it's a really good, really good lineup there. So you guys can, check that out. We have really, now this is exciting, and I'm not sure why they haven't done this before. You guys know we love our Lorcana, right? Absolutely. We really have had a lot of fun with this new Disney trading game. And there is it's called the Lorcana Collection Quest at Epcot. It's new for 2026 at the Festival of the Arts this year, and guests can join the Disney Lorcana Collection Quest. As an Illuminaire, you can trade cards from the Disney Lorcana booster packs and they have penguins, the penguin scene from Mary Poppins, the forest scene from Sleeping Beauty. Just these cards are really amazing, and the artistry that goes into them. I think we're on like our 10th set, maybe now, and the artistry that goes into them is really something. So if you don't have them, you can get them. If you watch us, that you can get them. They release them to the small shops first, the small card shops, locals, which I love. For the first week, and then they go out to like Target, Walmart, the larger retailers. You can generally find them at World of Disney as well. But this Disney Lorcana trading card game features a photo op, and it has a scene from Fabled this year at Festival of the Arts. And these are some of the special cards that you can get. Really neat, and these are festival exclusive cards. So really excited about this. I'm not sure what happened to William. We'll have to check on him. So that's going to be fun. Tons of fun. I wish I was there for that. We would really enjoy doing that. Also, William was talking about AP magnets. And there will be a new AP magnet. Okay. Thank you, Jillian. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Oh, Joseph, hello there. I'm sorry, I kind of got behind in the chat. Welcome in. Oh, you've got a countdown. That's fantastic. 22 inches of snow. Oh my goodness. Well, so you're really looking forward to that trip. 7 months and 3 days. I love those countdowns, don't you? I hope y'all are okay. A lot of folks, we were talking about that earlier in the show. A lot of folks are under some snow. We are under some ice right now ourselves. So be sure and take care. Yeah. Now, again, I'm looking at to my right because my refrigerator is. I'm blessed to say I have a lot of annual pass holder magnets. There's a new one coming out February the 5th. It will be at Animal Kingdom, and it's a new Zootopia magnet. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that William and Jillian, that's okay. Jillian, I hope that's okay. I'm hoping that William and Jillian will be able to get this. I will not be there for this one, but it'll be that Zootopia magnet will be a lot of fun. They won't let you pick up AP magnets for other people. Even your children. Like if your children are annual pass holders, the children have to be present, or they won't let you have one. So you can't pick an annual pass holder magnet up for a friend who is an annual pass holder. But you can grab this new Zootopia magnet featuring Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde at Animal Kingdom starting February 5th. It's going to be available through March the 15th while supplies last, but they usually do, stock up. They usually do. Hey, oh, we did. We did start talking. We're starting talking about the Lorcana Quest, the special Lorcana Quest that they're having at Epcot for the festival, Festival of the Arts, and we're going to open some Lorcana too if Liam comes back. And if he doesn't, I'll open some. But let's see, moving along here, just a little more Disney news here, guys. The Muppet Show for fans of so many fans of the Muppet Show. Who doesn't love the Muppets? I have always loved the Muppets since I was in high school and the original show came out. There will be a special, and this is going to be it's a special event. And it premieres February the 4th. It's going to be on Disney Plus and ABC. And this will be a special event show for the Muppets. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this, but I'm really looking forward to it again. That's February the 4th. It will be on Disney Plus and ABC. So really excited about that and to see what they do with that. I hated for the Muppet Courtyard and Muppet Vision 3D to go away over there. I'm sure that, the replacement with Monstropolis and, the Monsters, Inc. Land will be a lot of fun, and I look forward to it. But I do miss the having more Muppets presence in the parks. I really do, because I just love them. So this will be fun on February 4th. We'll watch for that. Also, something that I mentioned last week that I just picked up before we went on the air. Garden View Cafe at the Grand Floridian announced that it would reopen. Now we have a date. This past week we got a date, March the 19th, for the Garden View Cafe, and they have this lovely afternoon tea there, which I have never done, but I would love to do. I will make that a priority. It opens March the 19th, and reservations have already opened up. They opened on February the 19th. So if you want to, go to the Garden View Cafe at the Grand Floridian Resort for afternoon tea, lovely, lovely experience, I'm sure, amazing. Go ahead and go online and, make your reservations for that, because that opens March the 19th. I'm really glad to see this come back, because I think it's been closed. I think that's been closed since before the blip. Am I right on that? I think that's when they stopped doing the afternoon tea, and that's coming back. So Jonathan says the trailer is great for that Muppet Show special, and I have not seen it, so I need to go on and look at that, Jonathan, for sure. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, I know, Jonathan. Yeah, the cards. Yeah, it's killing us not to be able to go and get the cards. Now, what I'm told is we'll be visiting Lorcana cards for the quest at Epcot. They say that those are gone by about 11 o'clock every day. They go that quickly. And there are probably resellers in there that, that go in to get them and put them online to resell, which is, it's ridiculous. But that's probably what happens. But they say that they're gone by about 11 o'clock in the morning. Their allotment for the day is depleted. So, yeah. More of a Muppet fan than you were. I know. I love them. Yeah. Thought they were bring back the show, the trailer shows for a one-time event. I thought so too at first, Jonathan. When I first saw this, I thought it was going to be, um, I thought it was going to be, another like a reboot of the Muppet Show, but it's a one-time event. I'm sure they'll do a great job with it. I really hope they do. Yeah. Uh, oh my goodness, Jennifer. Okay. Oh, did she forget to get cards early? Oh my goodness. And I bet she couldn't. I bet later on. Yeah, Captain Theme Park Adventure. Hey, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Always good to see you. So that's opening. The Garden View Cafe at Grand Floridian will open, and reservations for their afternoon tea on March the 19th, but the restaurant will open, but you can go ahead and make reservations already. Next, we have just a couple more things here, guys. There is a meet and greet at Disneyland. And can anybody tell me who this character is? Can anybody name this character? There's a new meet and greet at Disneyland for this character. And I so hope, she's one of my favorites, y'all. She is so cute, doesn't get enough love. Does anybody know who this character is? Put your guesses in the chat. But I am so excited about this meet and greet. And I've heard that she is so much fun. And I would love to, yet another reason to go to Disneyland right before the 70th ends. Yeah. Any guesses? Tony, welcome in. You are right. But what's the character's name, Jonathan? Jonathan's got it narrowed down to the movie. Tony, welcome in. Our favorite tower lover. Yes. Yeah, she does. She has that Charlotte. There you go, Pam. It's Lottie from The Princess and the Frog. How cool is that? I mean, it's such a cute meet and greet. I've heard, y'all, that she's fantastic to meet. So I'm really, yes, it's Lottie. It's Charlotte. Yes. So I'm really excited about that. I love that idea. Charlotte LaBeouf is her name from The Princess and the Frog. She's meeting and greeting guests during Disneyland After Dark Sweethearts Night. So we love that. Charlotte is such a wonderful character. And I really hope that they bring this to Walt Disney World, because I would totally, yes, I know, Pam. Excuse me. Oh, I have a little bit of I have some little tickle in my throat that won't go away. So I'm kind of fighting it right now. But yeah, this is a cute meet and greet. And I really hope that they bring, as I said, to Walt Disney World. And she cute. So cute. Okay, here's a big one. And I really wish we may have to revisit this one when William comes back, or maybe he'll pop back in before we end the live stream. This is a big one, okay, for all of you Star Wars fans out there. Kathleen Kennedy is stepping down as president of Lucasfilm in January of 2026, and we're almost to the end of January. So I think she's probably already gone. After 14 years, she is transitioning to a full-time producer role. Successors, Dave Filoni, who is president and chief creative officer, and Lin Brennan serves as co-president at handling business and operations. So those are her successors. Dave Filoni is stepping into the president's chair, while Lin Brennan was going to serve as co-president. So they're going to be taking over business leadership and guiding the Star Wars franchise forward. It says departure and Kennedy's exit from the executive suite was announced in mid-January, making a significant leadership change for Star Wars. Now, Kathleen Kennedy has been there for a long time. She's been there for 14 years. She will remain involved, so she's not going away. She will stay as a producer. It says, and their statement said that she will focus on upcoming films like The Mandalorian, Grogu, and Star Wars Starfighter. Really looking forward to The Mandalorian and Grogu. But the move allows her to return to her passion for producing while new leaders steer the franchise into its new era. Okay, let me know what you think about this. Well, that's kind of what I said, Tina. Let's see, Pam, what are we congratulating Pam on? Oh, okay. I am ready for Kathleen Kennedy to go. I have not been a fan of her leadership. I think there's so many things that they have gotten wrong, that they've steered away from the original mission. Now, a few things, like obviously the Mandalorian was a hit. We've also enjoyed Ahsoka, and let's see what else. I enjoyed the Book of Boba Fett. I know that one. There's so many just really strong fans of Boba Fett that took some criticism. William and I actually did enjoy that one, as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi. So the series that they've done for Disney Plus, we have really enjoyed. That's about it. Andor was on the mark for me, but it missed the mark too in some other places. So, and most like Kathleen Kennedy has been criticized for some of the directions that the prequels and the sequels have gone since she's been at the helm. So I'm kind of glad to see this, y'all, that she's stepping down, meddling with the story, Jonathan. Jonathan, obviously, we agree on this. We probably talked about it before. How do y'all feel about this? I was not a fan of her leadership with Star Wars. I felt like she took a turn there with the prequels and the sequels. Now, I enjoyed the prequels. I truly did. I thought the sequels really went off the rails. There are not a whole lot of Star Wars fans who are pleased with Kathleen Kennedy's leadership the past 14 years. So I think it's good that she's stepping down. I really do. I think it's good that she's stepping down and leaving the creative part of being president to Dave Filoni. And Dave Filoni is like just the opposite. Dave, I agree. Oh, hey, Dave, I agree. I was not a fan. So Fandom has strong feelings with Canada. Absolutely. We totally do. And it's just now, anything that Dave Filoni touched was generally, and Jon Favreau touched, i.e. The Mandalorian, I'm looking at you, was good. But the main films that I felt like really went off the rails were the sequels. I really had a problem with a lot of what they did in the sequels, as did a lot of Star Wars fans. And again, we may have to revisit this one, guys, if William comes back into the, if he's able to come back in, because I really wanted him to talk about this one. This is huge. This is enormous for the Star Wars franchise. Oh, good. There he comes. Okay, just in time, William.
Yeah, I mean, I think you covered it pretty well, but and, I we aligned pretty well on this, but I the sequel trilogy, it is cute, we go to the parks to see little girls dressed as Ray, but what they did to Luke Skywalker is in the sequel trilogy was just wrong, just plain wrong. What they did to his character, and even oh, his name escapes me.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill,
Mark Hamill.
you know, has aired his grievances a little bit, but
As much as theirs.
yeah, right. And so anyway, they some of the stuff over the years, since Lucasfilm was acquired by Disney, some of the stuff I've enjoyed more than others. The animated stuff has been pretty good. Obviously, Mandalorian's phenomenal. It's my favorite. It's among my favorite Star Wars content, bar none. But I think it's interesting that they've got two people pegged to kind of fill her shoes. And so I'll be interested to see how the movie does. The Mandalorian movie does.
Right.
I think fans are excited to to see the Mandalorian come to the big screen after so much success. I think season 3 they kind of lost a little bit of steam with some folks. I think some people may not have necessarily been as tuned in or had cared as much about the the Bo-Katan angle. Personally, I enjoyed it. But but I could see how some people might have been like, it's Mando's supposed to be the star of his show. So I could see it a little bit, but and some people but not everybody watched the Clone Wars, so
right.
A lot of people probably aren't very familiar with Bo-Katan.
Right.
But anyway, I'm very excited for the movie. Very, very excited for the movie. I'm gonna have to do what I can to go see it early, because that's one that I can't afford to have spoiled for me. I'm definitely gonna have to take a leave from social media until I'm able to watch it. But Kathleen Kennedy has overseen some pretty big hits. Box office hits in her career. So you give her credit for the wins, but also you have to take credit for the losses also. And she's done under her reign, they've done a substantial amount of damage to the goodwill towards the fan base. And I understand,
and some of that, William, some of that has been at her own hands because of comments that she made.
Right. Right. It's by drawing attention to certain things, the whole, the Force is female, that picture of her and the other ladies pops up a lot.
Right.
That you easily, you're making yourself a target.
Yes.
And, there's just a small, there's a small faction of people that that kind of fires up and like, rah rah, yay, you go, girl power, girl boss.
Right.
And so
it's unnecessary.
And by doing that, you've already you've alienated a substantial substantial amount of the fan base.
Yes.
And so she's done nothing to endear herself to the Star Wars fan base.
She really has not. She in making in she kind of doubled down on on really bad PR.
Oh yeah, big time. You know, I know.
And
You know,
it happened mostly with, what was the name? The Acolyte?
oh goodness, yeah, the Acolyte. That show, I tried. I tried to. I had heard how bad it was, but also too, I thought, you know, to be fair, I should attempt to watch some of this show because I can't give it. You know, I can't say it stinks unless I watch it.
Right, right.
And I'll tell you what, there. So yeah, I've heard that there's some cool action scenes, you know, and there's, you know, some cool characters that they hint at toward the end. But outside of that, it's drivel, you know, and you know, I gave up. I could only watch so much of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I've, I try to give them grace. Yeah, good job, Pam. That's time well spent. But yeah, I watched a couple episodes, and that's as far as I could make it. There's this ridiculous scene where one of the Jedis is watching a battle happen through binocs, but the battle's happening right in front of him. And I was like, why? I mean, literally, he's like, so he's looking down at like a courtyard, right? And there's a fight happening in the courtyard. And he gets out binocs to watch the fight. And I was
okay.
There's a lot of other stuff in just 2 episodes you could you know, blow them up on. And just, you know, I was like, what are we doing here? You know, goodness gracious.
It kind of went off the rails, and I
heard just
other Star Wars fan fan people and YouTubers who I trust.
Yeah.
And so I confess that I didn't even try to watch The Acolyte. I didn't even try to watch
I gave up a couple episodes in. I have a buddy who's a diehard, you know, he's a member of the 501st out in Georgia. He's a diehard Star Wars guy. And he just said, man, this show is not good. And he will consume just about anything that's Star Wars related because he loves it. And he just said, man, this show was not good. You know, and you know, I thought it might go that way when they had talked about before the show had been put out. They talked about the importance of having someone in the room that had never watched anything Star Wars related before.
Okay.
And you know, and you take and contrast that with, you know, during the, you know, table readings for the Clone Wars, having Sam Witwer in the room, who, you know, is deeply, you know, has deeply studied and knows the lore and the canon related to Star Wars, and you know,
what's this Darth Maul?
And so anyway, I just I haven't tried the Skeleton Crew.
I'll go with Sam every time.
Yeah, right. So anyway, you know, I don't know why you would attempt to make a show geared towards people that are not Star Wars fans.
Right.
It's like, what's the point of even putting Star Wars on it then?
Right. What's the point?
Like, what's the point of putting the name on this product if it's, you know, not made for people who are fans of said product? It makes no sense.
Right now.
Anyway, they've had several blunders.
Disaster. I mean, that was such a blow up. And then again, Kathleen Kennedy's comments.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy was actually angered by, you know, the fact that the fans just absolutely hated it and you know, panned it. And she instead of trying to, you know, address the problems or whatever, she just got angry and made a whole lot of bad, you know, really, really negative comments about the fans of a product. You know, when you're an artist, you put your work out there, you know, that's what, as an artist, you put your work out there to, for people to critique it, or they
Yeah.
like it or they don't. And if they don't, you go back to the drawing board. You especially with something as sacred as Star Wars.
Right.
And that's not the approach that she took at all, which only made it worse.
Yeah. I just, it's interesting because, people talk about, there's a channel called Star Wars Theory, and a lot of people really don't like that guy. And it's basically for the same reasons that they don't like Tom from Walt Disney World News Today, in that, Tom's going to tell you what he thinks.
Yes.
And, and for some reason, people will say, oh, he's just negative. He's just negative. When that's not the case at all. Oh, he's just hypercritical. He's overly critical. He makes his money from being critical of, Star Wars or Disney. And, that's his platform. And that couldn't be farther from the truth.
Anybody who knows either of those two men knows that that's not the case at all. It's just that when they don't like something, they're going to tell you. And when they do like something, they're going to tell you.
They will also tell you. And so, if you keep pumping out stuff that's subpar for people that are super fans of the product,
yes.
Why would you be upset when they tell you, this isn't very good? Like, I don't understand it. But anyway, I'll give her credit for, she's had an incredible career. I hate that she's done so much damage to the Star Wars brand, and that, that fans of, it stinks when, and we've kind of talked about this, related to Disney Parks news as well, but it stinks when something is announced that your first reaction isn't, oh, wow, I'm excited, but, bring it on. It stinks that your reaction goes from, man, I'm really excited about what's coming, to, oh no, what are they going to do this time?
Right.
How are they going to mess this up? And so it stinks to be somewhat jaded on some of this stuff. We talked about last week, with the Carousel of Progress. We're getting on the one hand, we're getting a Walt animatronic. Okay, that's cool. Does the one at Disneyland, does the face needs a better face mold? Yeah, absolutely. But still pretty cool, right?
Right.
And then you pair that with, we're also making other updates as well. It's like, okay, well now I have to worry about, what kind of edits they're going to make to the show. So anyway, it's
classic, straight out Walt Disney's head,
right.
Ride and performance, the stage show that has had more showings than any other stage show in American history. So it's a mixed reaction. It's a mixed bag, and that's what Star Wars. Yeah, and a lot of that. I'm sorry, buck stops with Kathleen Kennedy on that. When you're the head of, you take the arrows and the accolades, and so. So many of those pitchforks and torches were deserved. I'll just have to say.
And I understand. People. We've used the saying before. And other people. Plenty of other people have used the saying before. Nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. But on the flip side of that, nobody loves Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. And so. When something is really good, think back to the first couple seasons of The Mandalorian. People were all in. People were all in. Very excited. Tuning in to watch every week. Subscribing to Disney Plus just to watch it.
It dropped at like 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I generally stayed up on Tuesday nights until one of the watch parties. Several in our community had watch parties. I was up at 1 a.m. to see it when it first. That's how good that was. So yeah, absolutely. So
anyway,
can't totally say, oh, Star Wars are
Oh,
just
it's all negative.
just negative. We're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But
and we gave them lots of grace on the Kenobi show,
yes.
And some of the stuff that happened to the Ahsoka show too.
Right.
Other people were much more critical of both of those shows than we were.
That's true. That's
And so anyway, it's interesting for sure. But anyway, yeah, happy trails there, Kathleen Kennedy. It's
Wow.
I can appreciate the good things you did, but also at the same time, there's some damage control to be done by Dave and who's the other person? I'm trying to remember the other person's name.
There is. President Dave is stepping into the president, and Lewin Brennan is taking over as for the creative leadership to guide the Star Wars franchise forward, into the next millennium.
I mean, a lot. Some people have criticized Dave. In that, like, oh, he likes to put Ahsoka in a lot of stuff, which, granted, we love Ahsoka. So that's no problem for us. But, I don't know. People have said that Dave, goes to, I guess, I don't know. People think that he tries to bring main characters into the story too often.
Exactly, Jonathan.
So anyway, we shall see, if there's a, if the product gets better, if we're able to, gain some goodwill with the fans again, frankly, a step in the right direction for me is what they're doing at Disneyland with Galaxy's Edge. We talked about it last week. Incorporating characters from the original trilogy into Galaxy's Edge. And I think
I'm applauding that.
Yeah. I think the
Well,
more characters you can get.
1977 here, y'all.
Yeah.
I stood in the line to see Star Wars, not Star Wars: A New Hope.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
And so this is and just for the record, all of you, for those of you who don't know, we have for The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Book of Boba Fett, we have reviews on every single season and every single episode of all of those. We have playlists that you can check out if you want to watch any of those. And William and I really try to always take a deep dive. Love this. I feel like this is some of the best content we have on our channel.
Yeah, we try to do our homework.
Yes, because we love Star Wars, and we really try to take deep dives into the background. If there needed to be some explanation for an episode, or what have you, we really try to to dive into that. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. So look for those playlists, guys, on all three of those series. We did episode by episode reviews. So
and we had a great time doing it. So check that out if you haven't already. The Mandalorian movie's coming, or the Mandalorian Grogu movie's coming out, I think in May, and then Star Wars Starfighter. Sounds like it's going to be pretty cool. Let's see. Let me get a date here. And Grogu.
Well, and Jonathan, it really
May 22nd.
on here.
May 22nd.
So really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, really, a lot of fans didn't feel that way. I feel like a lot of the people who criticized Ahmed Best's character there, Jar Jar Binks, were just loud. The ones that disliked him were just loud and rude. He was able to, to redeem himself when they gave him a role recently as a Jedi, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. He kind of redeemed himself, but again, I really feel like that whole kerfuffle
Yeah.
that really it was hard on his career. It really was. That whole thing was a few people that
Yeah.
were just loud.
Yeah. And I hate that. It's one thing to, it's one thing to be critical of a product, but to personally attack folks
Yeah,
is
no,
really messed up.
no, yeah.
What's her name? Is it Rose Marie Tran? I think, or what is it Kelly Marie Tran, who was Rose? Um,
Oh, yes, I think so.
a bunch of people hated her character, which I didn't think it was great either, honestly. But you don't need to go out there on Twitter and direct message people and tell
Right.
them,
No.
send them hateful stuff. Uh, it's I mean, it's really ridiculous. And real quick sidebar on Star Wars Starfighter, it's got Ryan Gosling in it. It's being directed by Sean Levy. He directed Deadpool and the Wolverine, Night Museum. He's worked on several things over time, and people have kind of taken pot shots at him, saying, "Oh, he directs stuff that's uh, not serious per se," and so they're worried about his him being named a director
Urge.
for this movie, but.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm intrigued to see to see the movie, but I mean, obviously,
Well,
first
with
and foremost, I'm
Dave
looking forward to the
it
Mandalorian.
gives me yes, and it gives me great hope, for the future of the franchise because, as much as I have always felt like Kathleen Kennedy, in her heart of hearts, does not get Star Wars. It's just the opposite with Dave Filoni.
Yeah,
Dave Filoni is a Star Wars at heart
yeah,
guy, and if if any you know um, uh, misunderstanding of that can be cleared up if you watch the Clone Wars and also Ahsoka, the Mandalorian, especially the Mandalorian and the Clone Wars.
yeah,
He gets it. He totally gets it. There's a reason he's been named president, and um, I think this is a good move. I'm glad
yeah.
to finally see it. We had hoped, William, we had hoped that it would happen a couple of years ago when there were rumors
Right,
that she might be
right.
leaving, and so
And
anyway,
that's and
I
my
wish
thing
her
is, yeah, you're right. Yeah, happy trails. Best of luck to her in retirement. But hopefully, the franchise can get back to gaining steam again. I focus on and we've said this for a long time now. Focus on quality over quantity. Don't just put shows out on Disney Plus because Disney Plus says they need content. You know,
right,
quality
exactly,
quality over quantity wins every time. Uh,
absolutely,
and
absolutely,
so it's we'll see. And the thing that back to Kathleen Kennedy and the whole force and female angle, you know, Pete, and you think about like little girls and everything, you know, girls already loved Leia, they already loved Padme.
exactly,
There's
exactly.
already
Okay,
so many characters for them to love and cling to. So
absolutely,
to make this big PR move to all it did was distance people.
yes,
I mean, there might have been a a very small minority of people that got excited, about that whole push. But
yeah,
if you just do
yeah,
good writing, you know, there's
yes.
and we
Yeah.
talked about this on
The
the show
story will stand
before.
on its own. The
Yeah,
product will stand on its
exactly.
own if it's a quality product. Like
Yeah,
with The Mandalorian,
yeah, you
the
know,
Clone Wars stands on its own 2 feet.
yeah,
You don't need commentary. You don't need, to explain it so
yeah,
that fans understand. Oh, well, you fans just don't understand. But
yeah.
if you have to explain it to me, then you do a very good job
Right.
of
You
conveying
know,
your story.
and we
So,
contrasted. There's a scene in the Mandalorian that features oh Fennec Shand, uh, Cara Dune, and is it Bo-Katan? Yeah, it features them, and it's I mean, it makes sense with the story. All right, let's split up. Okay, y'all go do this. I'll go do this.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know, and it flowed very well. It did not feel forced. It wasn't let's gather up the girls and make them do something really cool.
Right.
And contrast that with the scene in Avengers Endgame where all the ladies just happen to be in the same part of this gigantic battlefield where there's all sorts of action happening. You're like, we've got to take 30 seconds to gather up all the ladies over here in this part of the
girl power.
Yeah, and
it's
so
it's
pandering for sure. So anyway,
and so, exactly, and I felt that exact same. We talk about this at length when we covered that particular episode. Bo-Katan, Fennec Shand, and Cara Dune. Oh my goodness. Amazing, strong characters.
Awesome actresses.
Extremely well cast.
Yeah.
Extremely well cast. Very, very believable in their roles for each of those actresses. So you don't need, there is no pandering necessary.
Yeah.
You believe that these women can get the job done because they are strong characters. There's no, like one of the main complaints that people had with Brie Larson as Captain Marvel was that she just could not carry off. She wasn't believable as a superhero. She just could not carry off that role.
The scenes of her running are still hilarious to me, and in the movie Captain Marvel, because she looks unathletic. There's a suspension. It's called suspension of disbelief.
Yes.
And from dating back to when you're first introduced to have a good night, Robert. When you're first introduced to Black Widow in the Marvel franchise, and she beats up all those guys in the hallway. It's like, okay, I can believe it. Like, she's a trained Russian spy. Scarlett Johansson and her stunt double made that look believable enough to where I was like, okay, she could pull this off. But the scenes with Captain Marvel attempting to run, Brie Larson does not look like she has an athletic bone in her entire body. But as we say down south, bless her heart. But anyway, we digress. Do you want to do cards real quick? Before?
Yes, let's do cards real quick.
And then we'll jump back to we'll cover the Disneyland Resort in just a second.
Yeah, just a second. We'll continue. Just a couple more news items, guys, but we'll go ahead and do Arcana. I hope Charlie's still up.
Yeah, I've got a pack of Fabled here. Yeah, I think
I've got Arcasia's Island.
I think Alex said Charlie's fading. So, do you want to go first? I'll let you go first.
Go ahead.
No, me? Okay, I'll go ahead. Let's see here. Full screen. All right, there we go. So I have a pack of Fabled here with Powerline, Goofy, and Max Goof on the artwork. You can see my box over here, and I have a trove underneath it as well.
Nice.
So once I get a little bit of free time on my hands and get my room, get the rest of the office set up like I want it, and as far as streaming goes and everything too, I fully intend on opening some stuff and doing some live streams to open.
Nice.
Mulan there. Next is Free Spirit, or my bad, Mulan Free Spirit. Next card, You Can Fly. You Can Fly. You Can Fly. Song card, Tinkerbell, Most Helpful.
Love the Tinkerbell cards.
Another Tinkerbell.
Oh,
Tiny Tactician.
Oh, cute.
Luisa Madrigal.
It's
Magically Strong One. Next, we have Hans,
Hans. Oh.
Noble Scoundrel. First uncommon card is Judy Hop. Optimistic Officer Judy Hops from Zootopia. Ursula.
Oh, there's one for
Pam. Pam's still in the chat. Yep. Deceiver. Ursula. Last uncommon card is Robin Hood, Capable Fighter. First rare slot card is a rare. Is just a rare lantern item card.
Okay.
Next up, we have a super rare Lilo card.
Oh.
Best Explorer ever. You see Stitch there in the background hovering.
Super rare. Nice.
Shadows. Kind of creepy looking. There he is. All right, super rare. And we have another super rare, the Tinkerbell. We got the big Tink.
Ooh.
Tinkerbell, Giant Fairy. So the Fabled set has reprints of some of the first chapter cards, and this is one of those. Tinkerbell.
Oh, it does? I
Giant Fairy. That. Yeah. So pretty cool there. Good pulls. There's a puzzle piece with power lines. So that's a really good pull to get a foil super rare. So
very nice.
Pretty solid pulls tonight. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, those are great too. 2 super rares. Wow. Was that 2 super rares?
Yep.
Jonathan's jealous.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine is Arcasia's Island with Bolt on the wrapper there. Alrighty, here we go. Okay, so in the first slot, we have Hero. Nice. Pretty one there in the jade. Then we have Canine Crunchies. I think did I pull this last week, y'all?
I think so. One of us did.
Yeah, I think I pulled Canine Crunchies last week too from 101 Dalmatians. Cybug. Ooh. The Cybug. Yowza from Wreck-It Ralph. And Yzma. I love my Yzma cards.
Right. That's fun.
It really is. And then another Robin Hood. Also love the Robin Hood cards. Those are
Eye for detail.
Nice. Nice. We have Miss Bianca. Aww. Voiced by Zsa Zsa Gabor, I believe.
Unwavering agent.
Miss Bianca. So sweet. And I got Mirabelle Madrigal.
Cool. Is it Ava Gabor?
Ava or Zsa Zsa?
Okay. Ava. Yep.
So this is my first uncommon there with Mirabelle. And then Steel Coil, another uncommon.
Cool. Charlie says yes. Pulled the Canine Crunchies last week. Oh, there you are. Let's see. Pascal.
Pretty cool there. And then another dual ink there, Beast.
Nice.
That's a cool. Yeah.
Rare.
And that is a rare. And then in the last slot, we have Radigan.
That's a legendary. So, yeah. Wow. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah, I haven't pulled a legendary in a long time.
Nefarious Criminal. Yeah, it's been a minute since we pulled a legendary. So, yeah, that's exciting.
So there's that one. That's really neat.
Sweet.
I'll set that one aside.
Good
And
deal.
then in my foil slot is
Uncommon Moana.
really pretty. You can see
Island Explorer.
the shiny. So yeah, so it's exciting to get to pull that legendary. That's really cool. Yeah, that rat again. We haven't. It's been a while since we pulled a legendary, William.
Yeah, it has.
It really has. So it's exciting. Yeah. So does so who wins there?
I feel like it's almost a tie
I do too.
to an extent because the legendaries, we've had such a tough time pulling legendaries. So I feel like it's pretty even, with the super rare. I got a rare, super rare, and then a foil super rare. But yeah, what was it 2 rares and the legendary for yours, or what were your rares again? Okay,
yeah, it was.
Yeah, I feel like the legendary kind of balances out a little bit there.
Yeah, it really does. So good. Yeah, so that's a some nice pulls. The Tinkerbell wins for Jonathan. Yeah, I love. Okay, Charlie has called it a tie.
All right. The official the official referee of the Lurkana card pulls.
So we got a tie. Charlie, Alex? What does Charlie have in Lurkana? Does he have like a starter? What does he have? Starter decks or what? Did you get anything for Christmas this year, Charlie? And what is Lily into it? I don't know if Lily is old enough, but I know Charlie really enjoys it. So back to that's what you wanted to say about Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, that's it. On to Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. I wish her bid her a fondue as president. She is staying on as a producer, however, so we're not completely rid of her.
Yeah.
But we'll see. She'll be relegated to a much smaller role, I'm sure. So, and Disneyland 70th, guys. This is in other news. Disneyland's 70th anniversary celebration, Celebrate Happy, runs through August the 9th. They have given us a date for that, and I must say I'm pleased that this goes through summer, and not just through spring.
Right.
Because this gives us a little longer. And I'm really, really struggling here because I would love to go for the 70th.
Right. Yeah, same here. That's the tough part of having a Daniel pass at Disney World is that, I would really love to go to Disneyland before this celebration runs up. But, they're doing some neat stuff out there for it. They've got the Paint the Night Parade that has returned. They've got new shows like Bluey Experiences and themed food, exclusive merchandise.
Yeah.
There's a really cool thing that they're doing where there's stations that have keyholes, and you have a giant oversized key, kind of in the vein of the Kingdom Hearts game that I played growing up.
Mm-hmm.
You go and you put your key to the keyhole and push a button, and it reacts in some way.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so, yeah, it's pretty neat. One of them like shoots bubbles out, and so, it's interactive, and I think there's a keyhole in every land, so you have to visit all the lands and put your key into the keyhole in each of the different lands to get it to react, and then at the end, once you have them all, a little compartment opens up, and you can get a random pin out of that compartment.
Oh, nice.
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. There's Magic Band Plus Quest also. There's special character outfits, exclusive merchandise, of course, and then they're honoring 7 decades worth of magic from the July 17th, 1955 opening of Disneyland, which we watched Disneyland Handcrafted. It's a documentary on Disney Plus.
Yes.
We just watched it a couple days ago.
Yes.
Really neat.
Highly recommend it. Yeah.
There's a ton of
I
footage
love
related to, and I mean, genuinely, that's what the show is. It's like they're constructing Disneyland and you're watching clips of them doing that. So,
it. Yes. Yeah.
there's some really neat voiceovers from people, but it has a bit of a different vibe to it in that, it's not like there's necessarily one person kind of narrating everything that's happening that you're seeing per se. Directly on screen, but I thought it was really neat, and I thought it was pretty well done.
I did too.
I mean, to see
anybody would really enjoy that. To see Disneyland.
A whole army of people working on different aspects of the park. I mean,
Because
constructing a locomotive.
From scratch. Yeah.
The building facades, working on those, painting and crafting, handcrafting. The also like with the rock where on the Jungle Cruise with the backside of water, them trying to decide like, oh, this, let me put a little notch in here.
Yeah. How do you build a rock?
So
realistic looking rock.
Yeah. So
because Disneyland, y'all, Disneyland was built from first shovel of dirt, breaking ground, to opening day was 364 days exactly. So one day short of a year, they built the entire park. And keep in mind, Disneyland was the prototype.
Yeah.
So there was the only map that they had was inside Walt Disney's head. And all of these talented people that he hired, and said, I need a jungle cruise with animals and rocks and all of that looks like you're going down the Nile.
Go bring in a bunch of trees.
It has to stay that you're immersed on the Nile or whatever. Yep. I need a castle. I need, a replica Main Street, USA from the 1900s. I need, from the early, 1900s. It's just so interesting to watch. And I'm sure a lot of it, if not all of it, William, is never before seen footage.
Yeah,
of them.
A decent part of it is. This was produced by Leslie Iwerks, descendant of Ub.
Yeah. There's a YouTube video of someone who built the Magic Kingdom with Legos. Oh wow,
that's cool.
Wow. Okay, that would be pretty neat. But yeah, absolutely, guys, go ahead, go and watch. And I know
it's really neat.
That and many of you, it is. It's really and what's it called again, William?
Disneyland Handcrafted.
Disneyland Handcrafted, and they are not joking. They are not just woofing when they say handcraft, because a lot of it, as we watched it, we were going, "Oh my gosh, wow!"
Yeah,
as they would have
lots of OSHA violations, no doubt about that.
Yeah, OSHA would, is still freaking out. There's probably today's OSHA is trying to figure out how to backdate the fines from make them retroactive on Disney for that. But it's really amazing. So we absolutely loved it. And just as a reminder, guys, Dinosaur, the dinosaur ride at Animal Kingdom is closing February 1st. So this week is the last opportunity to ride it before it closes and is reimagined into an Indiana Jones attraction. So Sunday, February the 1st will be the last day Dinosaur operates. And I have read online that, of course, it has been that the queue line for Dinosaur has been enormous. Leading up to its closure. It opened under the name Countdown to Extinction, which I
Yep.
remember, with the park on April the 22nd, which is Earth Day 1998. And then, of course, 2 years later, it was renamed and updated a little bit to coincide with the release of Walt Disney Animation Studios' Dinosaur, which nobody remembers. But
This is true.
but
Outside of the Happy Meal toys.
right, exactly. So go ride Dinosaur if you're in, if you're there, you're going to be in the park this week. Go ride it, enjoy it, and bid it a fond farewell, because they are reimagining it. And so that's it. We we appreciate you kind of hanging around for some of our commentary. I knew, William, that you would have a lot of commentary on Kathleen Kennedy departing Lucasfilm, so I wanted to be sure and get that in. If not, we would have had to revisit it next week.
Right.
But again, y'all, we are not only do we have several inches of ice hanging around, we are forecast for some more winter weather coming this weekend. So we have Elsa has just been making her rounds here, and we pray that all of you are safe, and that your heating units, we're saying prayers over the heating units, and just stay safe. And if you don't have to go out, if you don't have to get out in it, slipping and sliding around, don't just stay in, hibernate, put in a good movie, pop some popcorn, play some board games, and just enjoy the hibernation and watching it through the window. But so we're don't know, but we're supposed to get some more, which has just come up in the forecast. So we'll see if that holds true. We appreciate you, being with us and look, going through some of this, travel day, our travel day, what we do on a travel day, and appreciate the suggestions and things that y'all put in for travel day suggestions. Just had several questions about that, and thought I would go over it again. William, you want to go ahead and I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna mute myself here because I've got a cough.
Oh, you're good. So if you're planning a Disney cruise or a Disney trip or a Disney cruise, reach out to Jillian. Her information's in the description below. New deals just dropped for Disney cruises. So if you're interested in that, feel free to reach out to Jillian. She can help you out, point you in the right direction. She'd be glad to do that. Mom is working on a video for the Zootopia 2 movie review and Zootopia Better Zoogather ride, or I guess a show review. So Mom's still working on putting that together. Next week we are planning to do a recap of our trips. Maybe let Mom go first there on that one. With photos, favorites, and tips for visiting Walt Disney World. As we turn the calendar year into 2026. No, we're almost through the first month already, which is wild. But lots of changes coming to the parks very soon. And so we talked about that last week, of course. But hopefully, within the next few months, hopefully Big Thunder will open again, maybe. And then also Buzz Lightyear Space Rangers bid there in Tomorrowland at the Magic Kingdom. Hopefully that'll open up sooner rather than later as well. They have several things that they're saying should be ready to go by the the start of Cool Kids Summer there at Hollywood Studios. That animation courtyard there next to Little Mermaid and the Disney Junior Play Pavilion. And formerly the launch bay. They're saying all of that should be ready to go by the time Cool Kids Summer kicks off at the end of May. So we shall
Right.
see. We shall
Yeah.
see.
I am too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it
Yeah,
too.
it needed a bit of a facelift, so I'm excited about it. About the updates to the Buzz Lightyear ride.
Mhm.
But yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks to our channel members. We appreciate that, extra bit of support there from y'all. It means a lot to us.
Oh,
Thanks
goodness. Yeah.
everybody for being here. Thanks, if you're ghost watching or if you're hanging out in the chat with us, if you're watching on the replay, we're big fans of our team replay. If you're watching on the replay, make sure to leave us a comment. Let us know that you're watching. That way we can thank you for being here. But yeah, if you haven't already, check out the liveplace.com. We
Aw.
gave that a shout out earlier in the evening because Mr. Rob Fuzz is hanging out in the chat, and he's also on the liveplace.com. But it's basically a TV guide listing for family friendly live streams. Big shout out to Dean for maintaining the website. You can check out Dean's YouTube channels, Dreamers Empire and the Live Place. Two buddy, if you're a YouTube creator looking to grow your channel, check out TubeBuddy. It helps track viewing trends, just the keywords for titles and tags, and it helps you track channel data that's useful to growing your channel. The basic version's free. We've got an affiliate link in the description. If you'd like to try the paid version, if you have under 1,000 subs, it's discounted. Use our link. We both get a free month. It's a win-win. Check out Stickermule if you haven't already. If you're looking for a good quality, low-cost promotional items, buttons, stickers, magnets, pins, keychains, oh my, anything along those lines, check out Stickermule. Also use our link in the description. You both get a $10 credit for future order.
Yeah, Tony, be sure and use our link in our description for TubeBuddy. If you now there's a free version, so you can use that first. But if you want to go to the paid version, use our link, and we'll both get a $10 credit. So
also, we are 11 days into Festival of the Arts, so that's ongoing there at Epcot. That will run through February 23rd. So if you're around or you got a trip planned, check out Festival of the Arts. We opened Lorcana cards earlier. There's, special Lorcana, quests that you can go on during Festival of the Arts this year. So to get cards. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, thanks everybody for being here. We really appreciate it. Again, hope you're all safe and warm. We go live every Tuesday night, 9:00 p.m. Central, 10:00 Eastern. Be sure to hang out with us live or watch on the replay. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you get notifications when we post a new video or we go live. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Rob Fuzz, I believe, just earlier this evening started following us on Facebook. So that's pretty cool.
I appreciate that.
If you want to reach out to us directly, send us a direct message on Instagram, or you can email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. We love hearing from y'all. If there's anything specifically you'd like to hear us discuss or, cover in a future show, feel free to send us an email, let us know, and we'd be glad to cover it. But
or if you have any questions about anything that we talked about tonight, anything further, and be sure to check out, our playlists, guys, for the Star Wars series that we've covered. A lot of good background information. We try to make those entertaining and educational. Some edutainment there, and so be sure and check those out, because I really feel like that's some of our best content on our channel. I know that we both enjoyed doing those so much. So be sure and take a look, because it's some good stuff. It really is.
Yeah. Thanks to, sorry if I missed any names. I did drop out of the chat there for a while trying to address something at home related to water pipes. But anyway, thanks everybody for being here. Aunt Joy and Aunt Susan, Mandy Adams, Pam's fam, Tina McNeil, Dean the Turkey Legster, Timothy Prezwara, Nicole Rodden-Hisler, Najuma Brown, Rob Buzz, Alex Kennett and family, and Jason Thibodeau, Robert Sprite, Jonathan Chung, Mark Lagenkamp, Dave Stragan, Joseph Dion, Kevin Theme Park Adventure, Antonio Tower. We really appreciate all of y'all's support. Thanks for being here. You know, you got a lot of ways you could spend your time on a Tuesday night, and we are, you know, are very appreciative that you choose to spend it with us, talking all things Disney. So, Mom, anything else you want to mention?
Well, I did not realize that my kitty cat has
Pretty.
it's in the tree. That's Charles, y'all. He's keeping watch over us. Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan's dropped the
Big shout out to our Ghost Host moderators, keeping the chat family friendly and dropping fun links and hanging out with us in the chat too. We really appreciate y'all's support.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, guys, I'm gonna again, as we, you know, this week I'm gonna try and go ahead and finish my review for Zootopia 2, but also I went from AMC Theater there at Disney Springs over to Animal Kingdom and saw for the first time as well Better Together, which is the new show there at the Tree of Life, a theater that replaced It's Tough to Be a Bug. So y'all, you know, I will do my best to get that finished up. If we have to hibernate this weekend because of extra snow, that could really bear down on those videos. So, but again, thanks, guys. It's so good to see you. Thanks, Rob Fuzz, especially for being in here. We love you, and it's great to see you, guys. It means so much. You know, it means so much to us to see you in chat and to have you watch, spend some time with us.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of. You know, you're encouraging. You're so encouraging to us, and your friendship means so much. And of course, our ghost hosts and our members, and you know, all of the support. It just truly means a lot to us. So we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, everybody.
So from me and Turles, Turles and me, at the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there is always room for one more. So please hurry back. Thanks.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week, y'all. Stay warm, stay safe. Careful out there.